Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Mason. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the top 10 classes to be using in Season 6 of Warzone. Now, Season 6 just released, and I'm not going to lie, it's pretty dog shit. I'm not really happy with it. I'm pretty sure this is the worst season they have ever released with the map and everything. It's just, like, terrible. And I just saw this, but why am I level 9 on my screen? Anyways, we're going to be going over my top 10 classes to be using in Warzone that you guys need to be running. You know, the newest guns, the newest meta guns, and a lot of nerfs have happened. And we're telling you guys what you need to be running. First up, we have my M4A1. I don't really use this much, but I always keep it on just in case. I do run the rubberized grip tape, the 60 round mags commando foregrip, the Corvus custom marksman barrel, and the monolithic suppressor. I do use the Corvus custom just because it gives you a little bit faster ADS speed, so you can use it up close and stuff like that, so you don't really need to use the M16 barrel. But if you are using it for very long ranges, I would suggest putting on the M16 grenadier barrel. Now, every single class that I have on right now has double time, ghost, and amped, and a frag grenade. Frag grenade, I actually took off C4s because they completely nerfed it, and it's not really worth running because you throw it like fucking 2 feet in front of you. It's a little medicine ball. That's what me and my friends call it. So I ended up putting on frag grenades. Semtexes work as well, but I do run ghosts on every single one of my classes. I do not run overkill. I feel like it's really good to get ghosts off the beginning just because everyone is using heartbeat sensors, and running ghosts, stay off the heartbeat sensors, you can push squads pretty much by yourself, and it's really nice. Now, knowing that I have ghosts on every single class, I also run these Akimbo M13 pistols on every single one of my classes. This is the best secondary in the game that you can run. I run the 1 milliwatt laser, the mono suppressor, lightweight trigger, 32 round max, and the Akimbo perk. Now, this is not the best close range weapon in the game, but if you are picking up ghosts on your first loadout and you don't have 2 loadouts, these are going to be the best option to be using out of everything in the secondary category. If you were not using the M19s, I would definitely go with the Renettis without the burst mod on it. But the M19 Akimbos are pretty fucking nice. Next up, we have the Grau. I always have a Grau on me just in case. I run tac laser, archangel barrel, mono suppressor, commando foregrip, and 60 round mags. You guys can change out the tac laser for the rubber grip tape if you want a little bit more recoil control, but I am on PC and I do have my FOV pretty high, and I do play unaffected, so recoil is not so much of an issue for me, so I do run the tac laser for that ADS speed. Next up, we have my baby, my bread and butter, everything. I love this gun right here, and it's the Kilo. Everybody loves the Kilo, man. It's the most consistent weapon at range and up close. It is a little bit slow, but if you learn how to use it, it's definitely going to be dominant over pretty much every gun in the game. Now, a lot of people use either the Corp Combat Hollow sight or the VOK sight or even the Canted Hybrid sight. Me personally, I use the APX5 Hollow sight. It's my favorite sight in the game, and I also do put on a blue dot just because it's weird. It has like a recoil pattern to it, and I can just control it super well. I love this sight. It's freaking crazy, man. So I do end up putting on the APX5, but I suggest you guys use a Canted Hybrid sight if you are on console, just because everything is pretty zoomed in because of the FOV is pretty low, or the Corp Combat Hollow sight. Corp Combat Hollow sight is pretty much the same exact thing as the APX, except it's a square instead of a circle. And then on top of the optic, I use the Prowler barrel, mono suppressor, commando foregrip, and 60 round mags, just pretty much like everybody else. Next up, I have my MP5. Now, I do use the monolithic integral suppressor. I know a lot of people use the regular monolithic suppressor. I'm not a really big fan of it. After I've used this, it feels more hit detection-y, like my bullets register a lot more. It's weird. I don't know really how to explain it, but I like it. And then I pair that with the Merc foregrip, 45 round mags, sleight of hand, and the FTAC collapsible stock. Now, just to know, I do pick this MP5 up on my second loadout if I can. So I run either like a Kilo MP5 or a Grau MP5, but if I do not have my second loadout, I do use the Akimbo M19 pistols. Next up, I have a sniper rifle. You guys always need a sniper in your loadout just in case. I run tac laser, the 26.9 ACR, pro barrel, got the mono suppressor, 9 round magazine, and then the FTAC champion stock. Now, trust me, guys, using this FTAC champion stock is the best thing in the entire game. It literally does not move. It's basically like holding your breath without holding your breath. It is so broken, and I love it. Next up, I have one of my favorite classes in the game that I just started using not too long ago. I'd say about 2 or 3 weeks ago. That is the Ram 7. I love the Ram. This thing has such a high time to kill, and if you can get the recoil down, this thing is gonna be a laser beam. I run the tac laser, the FSS Ranger barrel, the monolithic suppressor, commando foregrip, and the 50-round magazine. Now, I do not suggest running a MP5 or anything SMG wise with this RAM, just because it's pretty good medium to short range and not really long range. So I would pair this with a CAR or an HDR if you guys have that in your class slots. Next up is one of my favorite guns in the game. I know I say this like the past 4 guns, but the AMAX is so underrated. If you guys do not have an AMAX class on your loadout, you need to have one. The only bad thing about this gun is that the bullet velocity is kind of low on it, so you do need to like lead your shots a little bit more at shorter ranges than other weapons. But man, oh man, if you get that bullet velocity thing down and the recoil patterns a little bit, this thing is going to be pretty freaking deadly, man. Long ranges, short ranges, medium ranges, everywhere. This thing is nuts. This is one of my go-to classes I use now, and it's the mono suppressor, the Zodiac barrel. Got the commando foregrip, 45-round mags, and I really suggest you guys use the VOK optic on this, but I was just trying out the APX5 hollow sight, and I like it a lot with the blue dot, so I'm just going to keep that on for me. I do suggest you guys use the VOK on this weapon though. Next up is a class that I don't really use too much, and that is the M13. I do not really like this weapon so much, just because you have to be super accurate with it for it to actually do a little like good. You have to be able to hit a lot of shots in the magazine, and you also have to hit some headshots if you want to kill people super quickly. So I do have it as a class, don't really use it too much, that's why it's at the bottom. But I do use the APX5 hollow sight as usual, the 60-round mag, commando foregrip, Tempest marksman barrel, and the mono suppressor. There's pretty much a trend going on with all of the assault rifles, and that's the longest barrel, the monolithic suppressor, commando, and a magazine, and then either like a laser, a rear grip, or an optic. That's usually what I run on all of my assault rifles. That's what everybody runs on all assault rifles. So next up is something that everybody should have on your class, and I call this the hackers class, just because hackers cannot shoot through riot shields. Everybody needs a riot shield on their class. Hackers cannot shoot through it, so it's very, very nice when you go into a lobby, you die by a cheater, you go to the gulag, you win it, and come back down, just go ahead and grab the riot shield class. I run EOD, restock, and amped on it, just because if you're going against a hacker, you're going to want stun grenades so you can stun them so they can't flick around and shoot you in your head, and then molotovs, because C4s are broken as fuck now, so molotovs would probably be the next best. And then this is another class I think everybody should have, and that is a fully loaded class. Now I do have 2 assault rifles on this class, and I will tell you that in a second. My main weapon is just the kilo, just my normal kilo, and then the second weapon is actually an FAL. Now the FAL has fully loaded on it, so the reason I'm running 2 assault rifles is so I can have every attachment on my kilo while also having a FAL that can one hit to the head or a couple body shots and people are going to die up close. So I'm going to use this as my SMG and use this as my assault rifle, and then I run double time, overkill, and amped, frag grenade, and heartbeat sensor. So I do suggest you put on 2 assault rifles, have one with all your attachments on it, put on a second one, probably like the FAL, or I don't even know, maybe like the Growl maybe, and I would put fully loaded on it. And this is my class for the FAL if you want to know it. I haven't really used this that much just because I'm not in those situations really, but if I do, this is my fully loaded class. And there we go, guys. That is going to be my 10 best classes for season 6 right now. I might come out with one later for the new weapons. I heard they were very, very trash, and I don't really want to use them just because they don't seem that good. I did pick one up in game and it was okay. It wasn't the best. There's definitely better choices, but I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments if any of those classes that I just put off to you guys helps you in any way possible. So yeah, like and subscribe down below, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. You guys already know the vibes. Make sure you follow my Twitch down below. I'm streaming every single day. It's gonna be lit. Make sure you be there. And yeah, it's been Mason. I will see you guys on the next one, baby. Let's get it.